thought Academy was going to be just introduction to different people at CharTec, different programs that they offered here. I thought it was going to be more salesy than it actually was. But yeah, it turned out to be almost like a mini conference. We had some airline delays and had to spend the night in Denver. And we finally made it to Bakersfield. And Tristan came all the way to the airport, picked us all up in his truck, and took us right to the hotel so we could drop everything off. Met us over at the CharTec building. Very friendly air, very welcoming. And so we appreciated that after a long, hard day and a half of travel. And Ashley, she dropped what she was doing and she took me on a tour, introduced me to different members of the staff, saw the active help desk, saw a lot of the technicians working on equipment. So yeah, it was really good to see an actual working MSP. We were able to interact with them, and she explained that if I had any questions or wanted to talk to anybody, they'd be more than willing and freely speak with us. That's pretty cool. I mean, very open, very helpful. The marketing to sales handoff we've struggled with over the years of having a marketing program, a process there, and having the sync with the sales. By them laying out the actual processes and what tasks and what's involved in the marketing and how that drops through to the funnel and having the handoff to sales and how that works hand in glove. That's what we want to see for Intellipoint. We want to have a successful marketing program that works with sales so that we can drive growth and revenue. It was like drinking from a fire hose. A lot of things that they went over, we're not doing in a structured process. We're small, so we wear a lot of hats. So what I'm excited about here is taking what I've learned over decades, and I'm not a sales and marketing person. I'm a tech at heart. But having professionals like Brandy and Josh and Emily to guide us, and more than guide us, hold us accountable and drive best practices within our organizations. I'm excited to implement and work with CharTec to push Intellipoint over the edge. We delayed for many eons. In fact, I met Alex, 15, 16 years ago at IT Nation, and he was touting CharTec Academy at that time. And we joined. I think we were one of the first years that we joined CharTec. Started buying white labels, BDRs. I had all intentions to come to CharTec Academy. So I just delayed. And then finally, this year, when we committed to making a change in our sales and marketing, and we hired CharTec to be our partner with that, which they've always been a partner, but we trust CharTec. And we knew Academy was coming up. Derek and I looked at each other and said, we just really need to go. We need to go. So we made the commitment, and I would say we delayed way too long. We should have made that decision and that trip 10, 15 years ago. And if we would have made that decision 10, 15 years ago, we may have avoided a lot of challenges we've had over the years. If you get the chance, don't delay.
CharTec Academy. Be there or be square.
That's pretty bad.
You know why it's be there or be square?
No.
Because if you're not there, you're around.
Oh, that's true. That's true.